The following is a presentation of Payoff Pitch Baseball. Good evening, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you here to a very special night in the 1994 pennant race. There are 3 days left in the pennant race. Some of the playoff spots were decided yet last night, but today we could have one decided tonight. However, it is a doubleheader. And what is a season replay or restart in this case without a game between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox? How do you have a season without those two, at least in one game? I didn't do a Yankees-Red Sox series or game earlier because, well, they weren't scheduled to play until the last week of the season. We now have that opportunity as we're here at Fenway Park for Game 1 of tonight's doubleheader, as the Yankees will play the Red Sox. The Yankees have already clinched the American League East with their victory, and the Orioles' loss. So they win the American League East, and right now they are number 2 in the AL for home field. They do have something to play tonight. If the Yankees do win tonight and Cleveland loses, the Yankees move to 2 games back of the Indians for home field throughout the American League. At there is lots to be looking for, and tonight the Red Sox are definitely going to be going ahead and trying to at least spoil the Yankees moment. Tribe Fan 879 joins me for a doubleheader tonight as I welcome you from rainy Northeast Ohio. Yes, I know that storm is still giving some fits up there from that area. So stay safe and stay well, my brother. We have a doubleheader tonight. And, of course, as I said, what's a season restart or replay without a Yankees-Red Sox game? So I was pretty much, in a way, forced to do this, even though there is some other games that I could play that have meaning in the playoffs, but we still have opportunities with that tomorrow and Sunday. So tonight, let's take a look and see what we got for tonight. As I'm waiting for a whole bunch of others, I'm expecting a good crowd for this one. Hopefully, we'll see what we get here at Fenway Park. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the New York Yankees. It'll be Luis Polonia batting first. Jim Leyritz is second. Wade Boggs will be batting third. Paul O'Neill batting fourth. Matt Noakes is batting fifth. Danny Tartabull is sixth. Bernie Williams batting seventh. Randy Velarde batting eighth. And Pat Kelly is batting ninth. Defensively for the Red Sox, Mo Vaughn is at first base. Scott Fletcher is at second base. Third baseman is Scott Cooper. Shortstop John Valentine. In left field is Mike Greenwell. Center field Otis Nixon. In right field, Tom Bernansky. Behind the plate is Damon Berryhill. And on the mound, how could I not put him on the mound get a lineup with this guy on the mound? For the Boston Red Sox, of course, is Roger Clemens. 9 wins, 7 losses, 2.85 ERA in 1994. Averaged about 8.9 strikeouts, 3.8 walks, and 0.8 homers per 9 innings in 1994. So how can I not put Roger Clemens on the mound for this game between the Yankees and the Red Sox? It is, even though the Yankees come into this game at 97-62 and Boston 73-86, there is a packed house here at Fenway Park. It is standing room only. There's not a seat empty. As, of course, this rivalry is maybe probably the best rivalry in all of sports. I mean, say what you want about Cowboys and the Washington football team. I have to say that now, right? Or Ohio State, Michigan, or Lakers, Celtics, or Blackhawks, Red Wings. I don't think there's any bigger rivalry in sports than New York Yankees and Boston Red Sox in baseball. I just don't think there is. As a Mets fan, it kind of pains me to say that a little bit, but I know who's on top when it comes to this. The Yankees come into this 2 wins and 5 losses in payoff pitch play. Boston is 1-0. I've only done the Red Sox 1 game in this restart, and that was very early. As unfortunately, Boston did not really feature much in the restart because they were already pretty much out of it when it kicked off in the middle of August. So, Yankees versus Red Sox. A lot of people have been wondering if I'm going to have one. Well, we had to have it, so let's get started. Top of the first inning, leading off for New York will be Luis Polonia. Clemens is a right-hander. Polonia batted .334 with a homer against the Rights in 94. And let's get everything underway here. Top of the first. Here we go. Yankees, Red Sox, the greatest rivalry in sports. That's going to be a patient 58. And Polonia is going to start it off with a base hit. That is a single for Polonia. Early first hit off of Clemens for Polonia. He'll go to first. Steal rating is a 5C, and 8 is on the dice. He will not run. And that will bring up Jim Leyritz, batted .282 with 11 homers against righties. The Yankees do have something to play tonight. It's 4-4, actually. 3 games behind Cleveland for home field in the American League. Here's the pitch to Leyritz. That's going to be a tough 96, and that is a fly ball to left. Coming on to get it will be Greenwell. He will make the play for out number 1. 1 man down, and the batter will be Wade Boggs, who comes back to Boston, but this time wearing a Yankees jersey. Batted .353, 10 homers against right-handed pitchers in 94. 1 out. Pitch coming here to Boggs. That's going to be a tough 77. That's a fly ball to center field. Nixon will get to that one, and that's out number 2. 2 down, and now the batter is Paul O'Neill. O'Neill batted .380, 14 homers against right-handed pitching. 1994, not a good year for the Red Sox, unfortunately. And the Yankees were still the class of we're really just starting now. This is mid-90s. The Yankees were really now starting to become the dominant team of the mid to late 90s if they turned out to be. The pitch from Clemens, that is a tough 04, struck him out. And that gets the Fenway Park crowd going. The Yankees no runs and a hit as Polonia is stranded at first, and that ends it. We go to the bottom half of the first innings. Take a look at the starting lineup for the Bo Sox. Otis Nixon batting first, John Valentine batting second, Mo Vaughn batting third, Andre Dawson batting fourth, Mike Greenwell is fifth, Tom Bernansky sixth, Scott Cooper is seventh, Damon Berryhill batting eighth, and Scott Fletcher is batting ninth. Defensively, for the Yankees, we have at first base Matt Noakes, not Don Mattingly. He has the night off. Second base is at Pat Kelly. Third base is Boggs. Shortstop is Randy Velarde. In left field, Luis Polonia. Center field, Bernie Williams. Right field, Paul O'Neill. Behind the plate is Jim Leyritz. And on the mound for the New York Yankees tonight is Scott Kamieniecki. 8 wins, 6 losses, 3.76 ERA in 94. Per 9 innings pitched, 5.5 strikeouts, 4.5 walks, and a homer. You would think with this crowd here at Fenway Park, you would think the Red Sox and the Yankees were fighting for first place in the American League East, even though the Yankees have already clinched it. But don't tell the Bo Sox crowd that much yet. Leading off for the Red Sox will be Otis Nixon. Kamieniecki is a right-hander. Nixon batted .290, no homers against the Rights in 94. Here's the pitch from Kamieniecki. And that's going to be an 8. That is a patient 03. Nixon will trot down to first base on a base on balls. He will go to first. Steal rating's a 7B. 8 on the dice, will not run. And now we will see John Valentine, batted .313, 6 homers against the Rights. Nixon on at first. Another leadoff base runner. We'll see what Valentine has. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a tough 73. That's a ground ball to second. 10 on the dice. Double play rating 5. The throw goes to short, covering second base. Nixon is out. Valentine will be safe at first as they cannot turn 2. And that will be a fielder's choice. And next batter is a very deadly hitter in Mo Vaughn. Daniel Patane. I don't know. Daniel, is it Patane or Patani? Welcome to good morning from sunny Brisbane, Australia. Good to see you here, Mr. Daniel. Welcome to Fenway Park for the first game of a doubleheader here at RJL 518. Patan or Patane? Patani? Please help me tell me how you pronounce your last name so I don't butcher it like I probably have already done. Mo Vaughn, the batter for the Red Sox, 310 average, 15 homers against the rights. And he is a definite killer of baseballs. Valentin's still on it, is now at first, no steal. And here comes the pitch. That's going to be an in-play 34. And that's going to be a base hit for Mo Vaughn. That will be a single. A line drive into left field. Runner on first, advances 2 bases. Valentin will go to third. He will hold. Vaughn will go to first. And the Red Sox got something cooking. And you can listen to that crowd. How about that? 1 out still. The batter now is the designated hitter, Andre Dawson, Hall of Famer, by the way. 40 years old here in 94. Batted .222, 10 homers against right-handers. So he actually had the ability to hit well. Andre Dawson, though, grounds out into a double plays pretty well. So the Yankees are going to play the infield back and try to turn 2. Kamieniecki with the pitch. Here it comes. That's going to be a patient, and we got a rare play. So we roll the rare play dice. Reddish at first. That's going to be 23. Let's see what happens. Rare play, and rain causes a lengthy rain delay. Oh, boy. Well, if game is in the 6th inning or later, then game is immediately rained out. No. Play is still resumes. So rain delay, but it gets back air, so we're just going to re-roll. No rain delays here tonight. Patarni. Okay, Daniel Patarni. Thank you very much, Daniel, and welcome once again, sir. We are honored to have you here from Australia. Jeez, what time is it over there? Must be early, late? Dang. There's the pitch to Dawson again. We'll try it again. That's going to be a patient 05, and that is going to be a walk. So the bases will now be loaded against Kamieniecki, and now the fans are really into it. The Red Sox have really nothing to play for, but you can't tell it to this crowd. They just know that anytime the Red Sox beat the Yankees, it's a great day in baseball. Here's Mike Greenwell, batted .260, 6 home runs against rights. They will continue to keep the infield back, but the bases loaded already. 9:13 a.m. Oh, boy. Well, I do welcome you, sir. It's 7 o'clock p.m. over here in South Florida. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a tough 11. Struck him out. Whoa. Big strikeout on Greenwell by Kamieniecki. And if you're a Yankee fan, that's exactly what you wanted to see. 2 down. Base is still loaded. And now here's Tom Brunansky. Batted .248, 9 homers against rights. Bases loaded still. Can Kamieniecki get out of this jam with a bunch of Bo Sox on the bases? Here's the pitch. That's going to be a patient 31, and that's a base on balls. Kamieniecki's going to walk in a run. Brunansky will go to first. John Valentin will run. 31. Scott Kamieniecki's wild pitch rating has 30 on it, so that's not going to be a wild pitch. Just missed it. But that walks in a run. And bases are still loaded. And the Red Sox now take a 1-0 lead, and the Fenway Park crowd's going absolutely crazy. A big walk in a run there. Not something you want to do. The Yankees, like I said, do have something to play for tonight. Here's Scott Cooper for Boston, batted .318 with 10 homers against right-handers. Maybe an unsung hero, Scott Cooper. Didn't do well against lefts, but against rights, he was pretty strong. 2 outs now. Bases still loaded. Kamieniecki with the pitch. That's going to be a 6. That's an in-play 14 base hit for Scott Cooper, and he's going to smack that into left center field. Mo Vaughn will score from third. Dawson will score from second. Brunansky will go to third on 2 with a run rating of 6 with 2 outs. Cooper goes to first. And the Red Sox have opened it up early on the Yankees tonight. And it is now 3-0 on a big base hit by Scott Cooper. Cooper holds it first. His steal rating's a 3F, 6 on the dice, will not run. And now coming up for the Bo Sox is Damon Berryhill, batted .228, 4 homers against the rights. The Red Sox are already off to an awesome start. Runners at first and third, and still 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Kamieniecki. That's going to be an in-play 83. That's going to be a fly out to center. Coming up to get it will be Bernie Williams, and he makes the catch, and that ends the inning. 3 runs for the Red Sox on 2 hits and 3 walks. At the end of 1, the Red Sox already have a 3-0 lead on the Yankees. Top of the second coming up. Here comes Roger Clemens. Maybe supposed to be the most dominant right-hander I've ever saw, but because of the PEDs, one of the reasons why he's not in the Hall, but that makes things difficult for Clemens. One of the best, maybe the best pitcher of my generation growing up watching baseball in the 80s and 90s, possibly. It's just a shame he can't get in the Hall. Leading off for New York will be Matt Noakes. He batted .261, 6 homers against the rights. We'll see if the Yankees now can get some runs back. Here's the pitch. That's going to be an 8. That is a patient 56, and that is a fly ball to left. Coming under to get it will be Greenwell, and that is going to be out number 1. One man down. Here's Danny Tartabull. He's the Yankee designated hitter tonight. Tartabull batted .219, 10 homers against rights. Pitch on the way. That's going to be a tough 92. Fly ball to left again. Greenwell settling under it. Pats his glove. Puts it away. 2 outs. And now here's Bernie Williams. Williams, .247, 6 homers against rights. Here's the pitch from Clemens. That's a tough 41. That's going to be a single for Bernie Williams. He gets a 2-out base hit. He will go to first and hold. Steal rating 5C, 6 on the dice, will not run. And now we'll see Randy Velarde, batted .279, 4 homers against rights. Williams on at first. Velarde at the plate. Roger Clemens deals. And that is an 11. That's a defense 51. Let's see what we got. An error check to third base. It's hit to Cooper. This error rating is a 2. 1 to 58. 51 on the dice. That is going to be an error on Cooper. And that's going to be a 1-base error. Williams will go to second and hold. Velarde goes to first. And that goes as an E5. As Cooper couldn't make the play. An E for Boston. You don't want to give the Yankees any extra outs. Next up for the Yanks will be Pat Kelly, batted .267, 2 homers against the rights. Roger Clemens now in a little bit of a jam. Runners at first and second. 2 outs, top of the second inning. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a patient, that's a 77. Patient 77, fly ball center field. Otis Nixon is going to get to that. He makes the play, and that will end the inning. No runs for the Yankees, 1 hit and an error. And we're going to the bottom of inning number 2, 3-0 Boston. In this first game of tonight's Twi-Night Doubleheader, even though it really isn't Twi-Night, but I just thought I'd call it because when was the last time in baseball we actually had Twi-Night Doubleheaders? Haven't had those in a long time since they were scheduled all those years back in the 80s and the 70s. Always look forward to going to a Twi-Night Doubleheader. Bottom of the second, still 3-0 Bo Sox. Leading off will be Scott Fletcher. Bats .239, 2 homers against rights. He is the second baseman for Boston tonight. Kamieniecki's pitch. And that is going to be a tough 51 fly ball to right. Coming under it is O'Neill. He gets to it, and that is out number 1. Fenway Park. If I was to tell you that they say Fenway Park was a bit of a pitcher's park in 1994, maybe you wouldn't believe me. But left-handed wheelhouse 1 to 54, right-handed wheelhouse 1 to 39. Combined, that's 93. So a kind of neutral park. I'm going to say neutral with a slight pitcher advantage, but very slight. Top of the order for the Sox. Here's Nixon. Nixon walked his last time up. And here is the pitch. That's going to be an 8. That's a patient 55. Nixon will find first base again. That is a walk. His second time he's drawn a base on balls. Nixon's steal rating 7B, 8 on the dice, will not run, so he will hold. I'm going to change a rule that I've been making on base stealing. If I try to get the jump and I do not get the jump, the pitcher does have a chance for a pickoff. It depends on their hold rating if I'm going to roll for a pickoff. Gives a little bit more interest on steals. Nixon on still at first. There's Valentine. Valentine grounded to a fielder's choice last time up. Still one out here. There's the pitch to Valentine. That is an in-play 49, and that's a ground ball to first. Valentine's double play rating's a 5, 9 on the board. The throw is going to go to second to get the force. 2 outs on a fielder's choice. Nixon is out. And Valentine grounds into a fielder's choice for the second straight time. 3B steal rating will not run. But now the fans are cheering for Mo Vaughn. Vaughn singled his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Kamieniecki deals. And that is a 7. That is a tough 35. Struck him out. And that will end the inning there. So no runs, no hits, a walk. 2 wins in the books. Boston leading the Yanks 3-0. We go to the top of the third. Here comes Clemens. And leading off for New York will be Polonia. He singled his last time up, 1 for 1. Top of the third inning. Pitch coming. And that is going to be a tough 91. Ground ball right to second. Picked up by Fletcher. Throws to first for out number 1. And now we'll see Jim Leyritz. Leyritz flew out his last time up. Big doubleheader today, besides a good Yankees-Red Sox game. Here's the pitch to Leyritz. That is a patient 37. Leyritz will trot down to first, base on balls. He draws the walk. He'll go to first, and steal rating is not running. And now a chance for Boggs to see if he can do something here. Clemens has done a good job keeping the Yankees quiet. But we know the New York lineup is definitely explosive. Pitch from Boggs. And they got stuck. That's a first. That is an 8. That's a patient 50. And Boggs draws a base on balls. And now runners at first and second with an out. Clemens walks the next 2. And now a chance for Paul O'Neill. O'Neill struck out his last time up. Pitch coming. That's a tough 38. And base hit for Paul O'Neill. That is a single. It's a sharp liner into center field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Leyritz rounding third. He will score, and it's now 3-1. Paul O'Neill RBI single. Boggs has to hold at second. But Leyritz had enough speed to make it. And the Yankees are on the board. Now 3-1. Fans here at Fenway Park. There are fans in pinstripes. Don't get me wrong. Mostly wearing Red Sox jerseys with Red Sox, Boston, lots of Red Sox t-shirts. But yes, there are people wearing New York gray jerseys in there, and of course pinstripes. There are a lot of fans, and right now they cheer that. And still one out, and here's Matt Noakes. Noakes flew out his last time up. Fenway Park is the place to be. Salvador America joins me right now as he says, let's go Red Sox. Big-time Red Sox fan. They're up 3-1 here in the top of the third, but the Yankees are threatening. Pitch coming. It's a tough 81, and that is a fly ball to center. Coming under it is Nixon. He makes the catch for out number 2. Boggs will hold at second, will not try anything. And now here's Danny Tartable, who flew out his last time up. Let's ask Yankee fans what other mistakes they have made. I knew you'd be waiting for this game. I had to start it. This is a doubleheader, so I had to start 1 hour earlier. I thought I said I was going to do that. Start at 7 for the second game coming up, which I know, of course, Steeler fan, when he gets here, will be waiting for that one. 2 outs, runners at first and second, pitch to Tartable. Can Clemens get out of the jam? That's a tough 56. Struck him out. He does. He gets Tartable out of there. 1 run on 1 hit and a couple of walks. But the Yankees get on the board. It's now 3-1. As I said, the Yankees do have something to play for. 3 games behind Cleveland for home field throughout the American League. They lose tonight and Cleveland wins. Cleveland will have home field throughout with 3 days. And, of course, we only got 3 days left in this pennant race before we start the playoffs. Bottom of the third coming up. Here's Andre Dawson for Boston. Got hung up at the dinner thing with the wife. You mean to tell me that you had dinner with the wife was more important than watching my Yankees Red Sox? Salvador America, I'm disappointed. Bottom of the third inning, here's the pitch to Dawson. And that's going to be an in-play 74. That's a fly ball to center. And coming up is Bernie Williams. He will get to that. That's out number 1. Dinner with the wife. Can't believe it. Yeah, you are junk. You know you are junk. Yes, you are. Yankees Red Sox. The only time I'm going to do a Yankees Red Sox game with this pennant race, and you show up late. And you blame the wife. It's your fault. Here's Greenwell. I'm going to tell your wife you blame her. Here's Greenwell. Here's the pitch. It's a 9. That's an in-play 75. That's a fly ball to center again. Williams will get to that. And that is out number 2. And now here's Tom Brunansky. Brunansky walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that is a patient 60. And that's a fly ball to right. Coming under that is going to be O'Neill. And a 1-2-3 inning for Kamieniecki as all 3 batters fly out to the outfield. Nothing across. 3 innings in the books. Red Sox lead 3-1. Timeout. For station identification, this is the RJL 518 Sports Network, home of Payoff Pitch, History Maker Golf, and coming soon, Glory Days Boxing. This is game 1 of a big doubleheader today for September 30, 1994. Game 2, gigantic. Cincinnati Reds take on the Houston Astros at the Astrodome. The Reds are 2 games behind Houston. Houston wins tonight. They win the National League Central, and the Reds will be the number 5 seed. If the Reds win tonight, they will be 1 game back with making a big game tomorrow being played, which I will play that game as well if the Astros don't clinch it tonight. And of course, the schedule coming for tomorrow's doubleheader. At the moment, I have Baltimore versus Cleveland scheduled, but I'm probably going to change that for the American League matchup. And I have Cincinnati versus Houston as the National League matchup tomorrow as well. That could be changed. So we might make a decision. 10-minute ticker. We will do the American League 10-minute ticker at the 7th inning stretch of this game, and then the National League 10-minute ticker in the 7th inning stretch of the second game. Top of the 4th, Roger Clemens back on the mound for the Bo Sox. And here's Bernie Williams. Williams singled his last time up. Pitch on the way. And that's going to be a ballpark 56. He's batting from the left side. That's going to be an in-play. And an in-play 25 is a single. Williams will go to first on a base hit. He hits that one into center field. His second hit of the night. Steal rating 5C, 10 on the dice, will not run. And now here's Randy Velarde. Yeah, major playoff implications with that one. And you know Steeler fan will be very interested in that game. Williams on it first. Here's the pitch to Velarde. And that's going to be another ballpark check. A 74 is a definite in play. And an in-play 54 is a ground ball to third. With a 10 on the dice, Velarde's not going to get doubled up. The throw goes to second to get Williams. 1 out, fielder's choice. And the batter now is Pat Kelly. Kelly flew out his last time up. Clemens looking in. Sets and deals, pitches. That is a tough 92. That's a ground, and that is a definite ground ball to short. Kelly's double play rating is an 8. 5 on the dice. They will turn it. Shortstop to second to first. 2 for the price of 1. Double play, inning over. And that gets the crowd excited. No runs, 1 hit for the Yankees, but that's all they can get, and they still trail 3-1 to the Bo Sox. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Here's Kamieniecki for the Yankees. Scott Cooper, the batter. He singled his last time up. And I believe actually scored, and I don't know if he, and he scored a couple of runs. Scott Cooper actually had 2 RBI singles last time up. Here's the pitch. That is a 7. That is a tough, that's a leaner. Fouled away, strike 1. Do it again. That's a tough again, tough 7. That's a tough 74, and that's a fly ball to center. Bernie Williams will get to that. That's out number 1. He's made 3 of the last 4 putouts. 1 down. And now here's Berryhill. Flew out his last time up. Twin killing. Exactly, Salvador. 1 man out. Pitch on the way. That's a 6. An in-play 94. Fly ball to left field. Polonia's going to get to that. Out number 2. And now we will see Scott Fletcher. Fletcher flew out to right his last time up. You don't believe 90s baseball gets enough love, Daniel. It doesn't. It really doesn't. But I decided that I have all the seasons of Payoff Pitch that are available. And the 1994 season was the first one I thought of because it was never completed. So I'm completing it. So all I did is I just restarted it from the date it ended, which was August 12th. And I played a game every day. And utilizing Payoff Pitch quick results for the rest of the league, we have ourselves, in my opinion, the correct playoff teams I think there would be if the season had ended. Of course, however, I added a couple of extra playoff teams. Top 2 teams each division make the playoffs. Here's the pitch to Fletcher. That is a patient 80, and that's grounded to short. Easy pickup by Velarde. He has it, throws to first for out number 3. And I believe that is a 1-2-3 inning, and it is. And that does it for the Red Sox. So nothing across for Boston. 4 in the books, still 3-1. And as I said, I have the top 2 teams each division make the playoffs. The number 6 seed plays the number 5 in a 1-game playoff. The winner of that plays the number 4 in a best of 3. And then we have our normal division series. The winner of the wild card series will play the top seed, and then 3 will play 2 in the other division series. I thought I'd add 2 extra playoff teams. I like playoffs. And I think top 2 teams each division is pretty good, and it makes for some very good playoff games, some very good regular season games to be played. Top of the 5th coming up. Clemens back on the mound, and also the top of the order for New York. Here's Polonia. Polonia is 1 for 2, singled and grounded out. Boo, Bologna. Here's the pitch. And that is a 9. That is a tough 60. And that's fly ball to left field. Coming under it will be Greenwell. And that's out number 1. Next up is Leyritz. Leyritz walked his last time up. He is 0 for 1 for the night. Clemens sets and deals. That is a patient 31. That's going to be a base on balls. Leyritz will head to first. Second time he's been walked tonight. And that is the 3rd walk issued by Clemens. He averaged about 3.8 walks per 9. So far he's on pace. Leyritz's steal rating of D will not run, and the batter will be Boggs. Trying to go against his old team. Wade Boggs, who hates the Red Sox for costing him a World Series against my team, the New York Mets in '86. Good old John McNamara. Sure, let's bring in Bob Stanley. Let's leave in Bill Buckner. Why not? How about my Mets? Yeah, well, since then, since the 1986 World Series, how many have we won since then? None. How many has Boston won? 3. I rest my case. Boston is the team right now, and they always will have one of the best fan bases in baseball. I love my Mets, but I got to give credit to Bo Sox Nation. It's always good. Here's the pitch to Boggs. That is a 7. It's a tough 96, and that's a fly ball to right field. Coming under that will be Brunansky. He makes the catch. That's out number 2. That's out number 2. First time I called his name in the outfield. And now Paul O'Neill. Clemens Clemens looking to see if we can get out the jam here. Not much of a jam, but still 3-1. Anything's possible. O'Neill, very dangerous hitter. Pitch coming. That is an 8. It's a patient 10, and it's a base on balls. O'Neill will head to first. Second time O'Neill has been on base. Runners at first and second now for Matt Noakes. Noakes is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And, well, that was interesting, die roll. That is a 6. It's a tough 54. And that's going to be a single for Noakes. It's a base hit. Jim Leyritz from second on run rating of 7. He will score with 2 outs. O'Neill goes to third. Noakes is on at first. It's now 3-2. Big time base hit by Noakes. And the Yankees are now 1 run down. Matt Noakes comes up with a big clutch hit there. And the batter now is Tartable. Ever since Boston put up 3 runs in the first, the Yankees have tried to answer back. They cut the lead down. Tartable, the batter now. Tartable, however, is 0 for 2. Clemens with the pitch. And that's a wheelhouse 65. And he's going to get, and he chops it to second base. Wow. Tartable just misses it. Chops it to second base. Picked up by Fletcher. Throws to short covering. Clemens gets out of it. A grounder to second. But the Yankees do get a run. 1 run on 1 hit and 2 walks. It's now 3-2. Fans here at Fenway, they don't care what the record is. Not when you really think fans at Fenway care what the record is when the Yankees play the Red Sox. They don't care if the Yankees are in first or last or if the Red Sox are in first or last. That's right, 4 World Series titles, exactly. 04, 07, 13, and 2018. Exactly. Grrr. Like you said, you guys won 4 championships since Billy Buckner bobbled the ball. And trust me, that wasn't his fault. I don't care. That was not the Yankees did not the Red Sox did not lose that game because of Bill Buckner. They lost that game because of John McNamara. John McNamara cost them that game. And as a Mets fan, I still say the Mookie Wilson at bat was the greatest at bat in World Series history. Yeah, God rest his soul. I'll say that. I'll say that too, but he cost them that series. Bottom of the 5th inning, now a 3-2 lead instead of 3-1. Scott Kamieniecki on the mound for New York. His fatigue rating is an 8. He's still got plenty in the tank. Who leads off? Oh, yeah, Otis Nixon for Boston. Just win, baby, exactly. Just win. They don't care. Mike Hargrove to become manager. Yeah, Mike Hargrove. So underrated a manager, but yet still did not win the big one. And my other favorite team, the Marlins, since I live here in South Florida, all right, my number 2 baseball team. What a series that was against Cleveland. Oh, boy, was that game cold in Cleveland. Here's Nixon. That's going to be a patient 10 base on balls. Nixon hits the first. And that is the 3rd straight walk that Nixon has gotten. And again, an 8 on and the 3rd straight time, an 8 on the dice, and he can't steal. Wow, Nixon just can't get off of it. He'll stay at first base, and it'll be a chance for John Valentine next. Salvador saying, let's go Red Sox. And here's the pitch. That is a 9. That's an in-play 69, and that's a ground ball to second. Valentine's double play rating's a 5. Nixon will be thrown out at second, and Valentine is safe at first on a fielder's choice. And if I'm right, and I think I am, that is amazing. Third straight time, Nixon has gone on base on a walk. 3rd straight time, John Valentine has fielder's choiced him off at second. How about that? 3B steal rating, Valentine not running. And I'm pretty sure Otis Nixon went to Valentine and said, man, I'm getting sick and tired of you, man, grounding out when I'm on base. Here's Mo Vaughn. Vaughn is 1 for 2. He did single in the first. I love payoff pitch. Here's the pitch. And that is an 8. That's a patient 27. And Vaughn is going to draw a base on balls. That is a walk. That's his first walk. Runners at first and second now. And here comes the Hawk. Dawson walked and flew out. He's 0 for 1. Runners at first and second now, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning, 3-2 Red Sox in the great rivalry, in what I call the rivalry. Here's the pitch. Kamieniecki, that's ballpark 10. That's wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 86, ground ball to short. And that will turn 2, shortstop to second to first, double play. And Scott Kamieniecki and the Yankees get out of the inning on a 6-4-3. No runs, no hits, a couple of walks, but that is all. Still remains 3-2. As Dawson grounds out into the 6-4-3. We go to the top of the 6th inning in this rivalry matchup. Leading off for the Yanks will be Bernie Williams. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles off of Clemens. The Yankees do have a hit in every inning so far. They have at least 1 hit. Pitch on the way. That is a tough 26, but Williams is going to go down on strikes for out number 1. Caught looking at strike 3. A nice slurve, and Williams thought the ball was a little low, but the umpire rung him up, 1 down. And that will bring up Randy Velarde. Velarde reached on an error and then rather than a fielder's choice, so he's 0 for 1. Clemens with the pitch. And that is a defense 35. That could be trouble. Range check to center field. The ball is hit to Nixon. His range is a C, 1 to 48. 35 on the board. Will not get there. That's going to be a single for Velarde. And he will go to first. Otis Nixon couldn't get there in that center field area for Fenway Park. And he'll hold. 4C steal rating. 11 on the dice, will not run. And now here's Pat Kelly. 1 out. Pitch to Kelly. And that's another defense check, 51. And that could be an error check to third base. That's Cooper. Error rating is a 2. And 1 to 58. 51 on the dice. And that's going to be an error on Cooper. And I believe that's going to be his, is that going to be his second error? Yes, it's going to be his second error. And that's a 1-base error. Velarde goes to second. Kelly on at first. That's an E5. And the second error on Cooper. And now Red Sox fans are saying, come on, make a play. Velarde on at second. Kelly on at first. Here's Polonia. Top of the order. 1 out. Clemens again in a jam. And he looks at Scott Cooper and says, man, can you make a play over there? And I don't believe I've called his name on any. No, I've not. Both hits, both times the ball's come to him, he's made an error. That's amazing. That's interesting. Pitch coming now to Polonia. And that is a patient 62. And that's a ground ball to short. It's a 4. Polonia's double play 7. They'll get it. Shortstop to second to first. Double play. Red Sox get out of the inning. 6-4-3. No runs, a hit. 1 error. And it's still going to be 3-2 as Polonia grounds out, double play to shortstop. That is amazing that Scott Cooper, who's the third baseman for the Red Sox, I do not have a ground out to him at all. Regular ground out. I have 2 E5s and that's it. So he's made 2. The ball went to him twice and he's made 2 errors. But the Red Sox do get out of the jam on a big double play. And the batter now is, for the Red Sox, is Mike Greenwell in the bottom of the 6th. Still 3-2. Pitch from Kamieniecki. And that is going to be a tough 49, and that's a ground ball to third. That's picked up by Boggs. He has it. Throws to first, out number 1. Greenwell is out of there. And now we'll see Brunansky. Brunansky is 0 for 1, walked and flew out. Yeah, right, Salvador America. Somebody must be drunk over there. I usually don't start replace position players in American League Baseball till at least the 7th inning. American League Baseball have to play a little differently than National League. Here's the pitch to Kamieniecki. And that is going to be a tough 82. That's a ground ball to short. Picked up by Dblhdr. Corrals it, throws to first, out number 2. And now here is the third baseman, Scott Cooper. And Cooper now getting a few boos from the crowd, but he does have a hit in this game. He's getting some boos, but the thing about it, he had an RBI, he had a 2 RBI single. He did have an RBI single to score 2 runs in the first, but I know Red Sox fans, what have you done for me lately? He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 9-in-play, 70 ground ball to short. Easy pickup by Dblhdr. Sends it over to first base for out number 3, and that will do it there. So 6 innings in the books. The Red Sox lead the Yankees 3-2. Timeout. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Roger Clemens still pretty strong. He's going to stay out there for a little while longer. And Jim Leyritz leads off for the Yankees. He has walked the last 2 times up. So he's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Yankees are scoreboard watching. Want to see what the Cleveland Indians do. Here's the pitch to Leyritz. That's a 7. That's a tough 82. He's not walking this time. The only place he's walking is back to dugout. Ground ball to shortstop. Easy pickup by Valentine. Throws to first for out number 1, and he will just walk back to the dugout. And now we'll see Boggs. Boggs had a very good opportunity last time he was up. He is 0 for 2. Time to bear down and lock this one up. Here's the pitch from Clemens. That is an 8. That's a patient 11, and that is a base on balls. So the tying run will go to first. Boggs trots down 3C steal rating, 8 on the dice, will not run. And now we'll see Paul O'Neill. O'Neill walked his last time up. He's been on base the last twice in a row. A single and a walk. He is 1 for 2. Clemens sets and deals. And that is a tough 77. And that's a fly ball to center. Otis Nixon calls for it. Puts away the pack of chewing gum he was. Puts out his glove. Blop. And the ball falls into the glove. 2 outs. Unfortunately, there was some of the gum in his glove. And now the ball has gum all over it. Throws it into the umpire. The umpire looks at Otis Nixon like he's crazy and then throws the baseball into the stands. 2 down. And now here is Matt Noakes. Noakes singled last time up and scored and got an RBI. He is 1 for 3. Boggs not running, but Clemens right now has actually been pretty tough. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 11. Struck him out. Caught him looking at strike 3. No runs for the first time in the game. No hits, although there still was a base runner, but nothing there. And it's still 3-2 at the end of 7 and a half. And we are at the 7th inning stretch of the first game. So 7th inning stretch time, 3-2 Red Sox. Be right back with the American League 10-minute ticker. Welcome back here. We're time now for the 10-minute ticker. Full slate of games here in the American and National Leagues. Since we have two games today, we will do the 10-minute tickers for each league correspondingly. So we will do the American League first. First up is Baltimore at Cleveland. What's at stake? There is something at stake for both teams. Cleveland right now has a 3-game lead on the Yankees for home field throughout the American League. Cleveland wins, they wrap up home field. Baltimore, however, is only 1 game behind the White Sox. Only 1 game behind the White Sox to host the wild card series and be the number 4 seed. So this is a big game between these two. Baltimore's rolling 2-6 or 10. And that is a win for the Indians. The Indians win the win. They get it 6-2. Which means the Cleveland Indians wrap up the number 1 seed in the American League. So the road to the World Series in the American League will go through Jacobs Field. The Orioles, however, lose a game. They're now a game and a half behind the White Sox. We'll see how that goes. California versus Oakland. This is a huge game. This is probably a game I would have done if it wasn't for this Yankees-Red Sox game. California, Oakland. Oakland's magic number is a 2. It was a 1, but when Seattle took over second place, Oakland's magic number went up. So Oakland here, a win here, their magic number goes down to 1 to win the American League West. California dueling and rolling, though, 2-6 or 12. And that is a 7. Oakland does win this game. They go to 7. They win that game 7-1 over California. So Oakland now goes to have 72 wins, which means if Seattle loses, Oakland clinches the American League West. Chicago White Sox versus Kansas City. Gigantic game. We will have this game. I'm scheduled to have this game for Sunday. May move it to tomorrow. We'll see. The White Sox are one game ahead of the Kansas City Royals for second place in American League Central. Kansas City needs to win to tie it up and be tied for both games. Here's the play. White Sox doing the running. It's a 7, and White Sox win it. They win it 9-5 over Kansas City. Which means that the White Sox will now have a 2-game lead on Kansas City to clinch second place in the American League Central, which means it's an elimination game for the Royals tomorrow. Detroit at Seattle. Seattle now is Seattle has 69 wins and 90 losses. Oakland with their win today. Seattle has to win in order to keep the Athletics from winning the American League West. If they lose, Oakland wins, and Texas then has a chance to take back second, to tie them for second place. The American League West is a mess, people. Detroit versus Seattle. Detroit doing the rolling 3-7, and that is a win for the Tigers. Tigers will win that game 5-4. Which means with Detroit winning, the Oakland A's are the champions of the American League West. They will be the number 3 seed. But it doesn't mean the Mariners are out of it by any means, because the Mariners have a half-game lead on Texas. Now we get to the Yankees in Boston we're playing right now. Texas and Minnesota. This game here, the Rangers need to win in order to tie Seattle for second. If not, they will still be one game back. Texas doing the rolling, they had 2-6. Minnesota is the better team, graded C over grade D. Here's the pro, and that is a win for the Rangers, 8-5. Texas has tied Seattle back for second place. Now they're both tied at 69 and 91. Finally, Toronto and Milwaukee, a meaningless ball game in the American League, unfortunately. And that is a 5-roll. That is a win for the Blue Jays. They shut the Brewers out 3-0. And that will do it there. So, if I can get everything scheduled here. So the Oakland A's clinched the American League West by virtue of a win and a Seattle loss. And Texas and Seattle are both at 69 wins. Might as well show you the standing sheet. So Oakland clinches the American League West. Texas and Seattle are tied for second place in there. The White Sox, with a virtue of a win, now have a 2-game lead on Baltimore to be the number 4 team in the league to host the wild card series and avoid the 1-game playoff. Kansas City, however, is now 2 games back of the White Sox, which means I'm going to probably schedule the White Sox and Kansas City game tomorrow because Kansas City absolutely must win. So I think I'll probably reschedule that when I get to the schedules back. But that's it for the 10-minute ticker of the American League. If your team won, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. We go back to the bottom half of the 7th inning here between the Yankees and Red Sox. Red Sox up 3-2. Because Cleveland won, this game now became meaningless for the Yankees in terms of playoffs. The Yankees are going to clinch the number 2 spot in the American League, so they will host the division series. If they have to play the Indians in a championship series, Cleveland will have games 1, 2, 6, and 7 at the Jake. Scott Kamieniecki back on the mound for the Yankees in the bottom half of the 7th. Here's Damon Berryhill, lead off for the Bo Sox. He's 0 for 2. Damon Berryhill. And that is a set. That's a 9. That is an in-play 75 fly ball to center field. And that's going to be caught by Williams for out number 1. I can already tell you that because Oakland is the number 3 seed, they will be playing the New York Yankees since the Yankees have clinched the number 2. So it will be Oakland at New York for the division series after the wild card series are done. So Oakland will be playing the Yankees in a best of 5. So that series is definitely already scheduled. Playoff baseball, and nothing like it. Here's Scott Fletcher. Fletcher 0 for 2. Now the Red Sox just want to go ahead and give the Yankees a loss. Pitch on the way. That is a 7. That is a tough 78. And that's a fly ball to center field. Coming under it will be Williams. And that is out number 2. And now Otis Nixon. Nixon has walked all 3 times. He doesn't have a single at bat. Official at bat. Kamieniecki's pitch. And that is a tough 99. That's a fly ball to left. Polonia will get to this one. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for the Red Sox. So since Boston got 3 runs in the first, Scott Kamieniecki has definitely shut him down. And 7 in the books, Boston still leads 3-2. We go to the top of the 8th. Roger Clemens comes out. His fatigue rating is 8, but he's only given up 2 runs, so they'll see if they can keep him out there a little longer. The batter is Danny Tartable for the Yanks. He's 0 for 3. Pitch on the way, and that is going to be a ballpark 61, and that is an in-play, and an in-play 61 is a fly ball to right. Calling for it is Brunansky. He measures it and gets it for out number 1. Here's Bernie Williams. Williams is 2 for 3, 2 singles and a strikeout. Pitch from Clemens. That's a 9. That's a tough 72. Fly ball to center field. And that's going to be Nixon calling that, and that is the second out. And now Randy Velarde. Velarde singled his last time up. He is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that is a patient 59. And that's a ground ball to third. And Coop, believe it or not, Scott Cooper is not going to make an error this time. He has it, throws to first for the final out. Side retired, and he gets a bit of a cheer from the Bo Sox crowd here at Fenway. As he does not commit an error. And that is the first time that Clemens has set the Yankees down in order. Bottom of the 8th coming up, 3-2. Scott Kamieniecki, they will take him out as he is done. He's given up 3 runs, so the Yankees will go to the bullpen. John Valentin is the batter. Doesn't matter who they're going to bring in their best pitcher, and that is going to be Bob Wickman for the Yanks to try to keep it 3-2. Kamieniecki pitched pretty well, only gave up 3 runs, all in the first inning. Since then, Kamieniecki shut the Red Sox down the rest of the way. Bob Wickman, 5 wins, 4 losses, 3.09 ERA. John Valentin batting for Boston here on the bottom of the 8th. He is 1 for 2. Pitch on the way. That is a 9. It's a patient 45. Valentin draws a walk, and he goes to first. Second walk issued to Valentin. 9 on the board, 3B steal rating will not run, and the batter is Mo Vaughn. Vaughn grounded out into a big double play last time up. He's 0 for 2. Pitch to Vaughn, and that is an 8. That is a tough 72. Base hit for Mo Vaughn. It is a single. He gets a base hit. Line drive into left field. Valentin will have to go to second, and he will hold there. And Vaughn stops at first. And that's Vaughn's first hit of the game. Next batter is Mike Greenwell. And I actually skipped the batter. Valentin was supposed to be batted. For some reason, I think I wrote in his thing by accident. So Valentin is actually the first. Valentin is actually the first out. So here's how it's got to be. Valentin is actually out. Let's clean this up because it's wrong. Valentin is out. No, Valentin is walked. Wait a minute. Time out. Let's get it right. Valentin is walked. He was on first. Then we did Mo Vaughn. Vaughn walks, so runners at first and second. Then Dawson hits the base hit. It wasn't Mike Greenwell. Let's see what it would have been for Dawson. Hold on, because it was Dawson was supposed to bat next. It's a 1-7, and I rolled a 872, and that is still a tough 72, and that is a fly out to center. That is correct. So runners are still at first and second, but one out. So we get this correct. So Dawson flies out to center, and it's one out. Now it's correct. Got to clean it up. If I make a mistake, I'll clean it up if I know it. Now Greenwell is the batter. Well, runners at first and second with one out. Sometimes you get a little confused with the cards. So still a chance here, but now one out, runners at first and second. This is correct. Pitch to Greenwell. And that is going to be a patient 65, and that's a ground ball to short. A 4 on the dice. It's going to be a double play. 6-4 to 3, double play. Oh, boy. Another double play. That is the one. That is, what is that? That is the second double play hit into by the Red Sox. The Yankees have grounded into two of them themselves. Double play, side retired. And at least we got it corrected and right. 8 in the books. Still 3-2 Boston. And we're going to the top of the ninth. No runs. And there was a hit. So top of the ninth inning. Roger Clemens scheduled. The leadoff batter for the Yankees is Pat Kelly. And they're going to leave Clemens in the game. But the bullpen for the Boston Red Sox is ready to go. Will there be ninth inning magic for the Yankees, like there usually is? Kelly's due to bat with a 267 average. They'll let him swing. Here's the pitch to Kelly. And that's a 9. It's a tough 54. Base hit for Pat Kelly. It's a single. He will go to first. Leadoff runner on base. Kelly's steal rating 4D, will not run. But with a run rating of 7, he can still score. The batter will be Polonia. And now we'll might see here a pitching change. And we will. Roger Clemens has done his job. They will take him out. And they will bring in Tony Fossas, the lefty, to pitch to Polonia. Polonia only bats 185 against lefts. Tony Fossas will pitch. Don't know if he'll be in there for the entire inning, but we'll see. 2 wins, no losses, 4.76 ERA. Kelly on at first. He's not running. Polonia at bat. Now a chance to see if the Yankees want to make a change. And I will grant them the opportunity. And they will make can I make a change in place left field? Yes. Polonia will come out of the game, and coming on to pitch, the bat will be Don Mattingly. Polonia was in left field, and taking over at left field will be Daryl Boston, so he'll be in the first spot when this inning ends. Boston will take over at left field. But Don Mattingly is the batter. Tony Fossas will pitch to Mattingly. Mattingly hits lefties better, and Fossas has to pitch to at least one batter. Kelly on at first. And here's the pitch to Mattingly as we now start to play a game of chess. And that is a 6. It's a tough It's a tough 49, and it is a popped up in the infield. Popped up. Calling for it is first baseman Vaughn, and he's got it, 1 out. And the runner holds. A pop out to first. 1 man down. Kelly's still on. And the batter is Jim Leyritz. He bats .246 against lefts. Do I want to make a change? Leyritz is the catcher. And they will make a change on Leyritz as well. And Mike Stanley will come into bat against lefty. He hits .316. He's the other catcher. He will take over for Leyritz in case. So Mike Stanley will now bat. Tony Fossis will remain the pitcher. It doesn't matter. Stanley hits lefts and rights just as well. So Fossis will pitch, 1 out in the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch to Stanley, and that is an 8. That's a tough 78. And that is a fly ball to center field. Coming under it is going to be Nixon. He makes the catch for out number 2. Kelly's still on at first. And now the batter is Wade Boggs. And he hits either side, doesn't matter. But now Boston might bring in their a better pitcher just to make sure. Let's see who their closer was that year. Their closer was Ken Ryan, who had 13 saves, and they're going to bring him in, even though Boggs hits. No, actually, they will not bring in Ryan. They're going to bring in Chris Howard, a different left-hander, but Howard has a little better ERA, 3.63. So Chris Howard will pitch to Wade Boggs, lefty on lefty. Pat Kelly on at first. Chris Howard now will pitch for the Red Sox. Boggs bagging for the Yankees. 2 outs in this big rivalry game. Chris Howard sets and deals. Here's the pitch. It's an 8. It's an in-play 86. Ground ball to second base. Picked up by Fletcher. He has it, throws to shortstop, covering, and the Boston Red Sox come away with a 3-2 hard-fought victory over the Yankees. All the chess playing in the world, and that is all. No runs, 1 hit, and the Boston Red Sox get a nice win over the Yankees. The fans are going nuts. Doesn't matter that the Yankees won the American League East. The Red Sox won this game, and fans are loving it. I'll give you a final line score here in a second. In a real hard-fought, good matchup between these two. If you look at the stats, really, there's no way Boston should have won this game. For the Boston Red Sox, 3 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. For the Yankees, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. There's really no way Boston should have won this game if you look at the scoreboard. There's no way they should have won the game, but they did. And all their runs are scored in the first. The winning pitcher is Roger Clemens. Scott Kamieniecki takes the loss. Fossis gets a hold, and Chris Howard does get the save. So although the Yankees are heading to the playoffs, the Yankees are 2-6 in payoff pitch play, while Boston is 2-0 in payoff pitch play. They'll finish undefeated in both games I played them, and that will do it. There is a doubleheader, so do not leave me yet. I'm not going to cut the streams. I'm not going to cut the stream. It will not take me long to go ahead and set the second game up. So enjoy a little Sweet Caroline at Fenway. Final score here, Red Sox 3, Yankees 2. Coming up, Reds at Astros. Give me about 5 minutes. Well, we can talk, of course, as I do this. So give me a moment to reset. Doesn't take long to do. Just got to put the other cards. Actually, all I got to do really is just turn the deck over, and it's automatically shuffled. So let's see what we got here. So sing your sweet Carolines, and give a cheer for your Red Sox as they come away. Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba. As the Red Sox do pull a win over the Yankees tonight. The Yankees are definitely in the playoffs, and they have clinched the number 2 spot. So that means that they will host the Oakland A's in the first round, or I should say in the division series, in the American League Division Series. Yeah, 2-6 in payoff pitch play. That's for sure. I will, when I post the final standings after tomorrow, I will post, what's today, Friday, after Sunday, I'll post also the restart standings, how the teams did when I started the restart. And how they finished up. Including, and that does, of course, include payoff pitch games. So if everyone wants to take a little break or a little drink, please do so. I'm not going to cut the stream. Hope you get club like Nancy. Oh, come on. That's not right. Come on. That's not right. Nancy Kerrigan, come on. I liked her. That's not Club Nancy Kerrigan here. That's just not right. Come on. Ugh. It's fun to play it, but truth be told, that game really didn't mean much, except for rivalries. Let's see what we got here. You got issues. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You got issues. Yeah, you certainly do. Swindell's batting card is 11. So that's fine. Smiley uses hitting card number 9. I'm surprised Steeler fan hasn't joined me so far. I thought he would. Maybe he has something going on, but that's okay. He'll be able to watch. He'll be able to watch the replay if anything. Brandon Baker. He has joined me. You just missed a pretty good game between the Yankees and the Red Sox. But now it's time for some more baseball. Now we get to play a game that really matters. First place is on the line in the American League, in the National League Central. Give me a second, let me reset. Hate it when stuff moves around. But good to see. But good, yeah, you got here for the important one. Yeah, that's for sure there, Brandon. You did. You did. It was a good game, though. It was a very good game between the Yankees and the Red Sox. As I said, it's the first game. You know, it's the first game, so of course, yeah, the Red Sox did win, and you can catch it. You can catch it on the replay when I stream it because I put both games on the same stream. We'll just make sure everything is straight. And I think we're ready to play, aren't we? Yes. All right. So it is now time for game 2 of this big doubleheader. I will let you know a little bit more, by the way, Brandon Baker. In the standings here, the Oakland Athletics did clinch the American League West today with a win. So they are the number 3 seed automatically. They will play the New York Yankees in the division series. The Yankees are the number 2 seed. Cleveland won. They automatically clinched the number 1. So home field throughout for the American League for the Indians. Texas won. Seattle lost. So now those 2 teams are tied for second in the American League West. The White Sox won. Kansas City lost. The White Sox have a 2-game lead on the Royals in the American League Central for second place. And I'm probably going to play that game tomorrow because that's now an elimination game for Kansas City. So we'll probably be playing that game instead of Baltimore-Cleveland. With Baltimore losing, Baltimore is now 2 games behind the White Sox to get the number 4 seed and avoid the wild card playoff. The difference between the playoff and the series, the playoff is the 1 game, the series is the best of 3. So that's what happened in the American League. I have not done the National League quick 10-minute ticker because I wanted to save that for the National League games, which we're playing now. So that's what happened in the American League today there, Brandon. We'll do the National League 10-minute ticker, but pretty much the National League is pretty much already decided, except for this division right here. So let's travel a little bit across the country, everyone. From Fenway Park, we now go to the Astrodome for game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader between the Cincinnati Reds and the Houston Astros. What is at stake? Not much. Just first place in the National League Central and getting the number 2 seed. Montreal's already clinched the number 1. They will host the National League all the way through. The Dodgers clinched yesterday, so they are the number 3 seed. So they will play whoever wins the National League Central because no one's going to catch Montreal. San Francisco's number 6. They clinched the playoff. They clinched second place. They will play the second place team of the National League Central. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Braves are number 4, and they're going to wind up playing the Montreal Expos in. They're going to play the number 4. They're going to probably play Montreal in the National League Division Series. So that's already set. Well, actually, no. Atlanta would play the winner of Houston and Los Angeles. So, anyway, so 4 playoff spots have already been taken. Only 2 more remain. The Reds and the Astros are in the playoffs. They did clinch. The only thing is that who's going to play in the one-game wild card playoff and who's going to play in the division, in a best-of-5 division series. Big difference. So huge game tonight here at the Astrodome. If the Astros win, it's done. The Astros win it, they win the division. Reds win, they will be one game back. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. It will be Jerome Walton batting first. Tony Fernandez is second. Barry Larkin is third. Reggie Sanders batting fourth. Brett Boone batting fifth. Hal Morris is sixth. Jacob Brumfield batting seventh. Brian Dorsett batting eighth. And the pitcher, John Smiley, is batting ninth. Defensively, for the Houston Astros, at first base is Jeff Bagwell. Second base is Biggio. Third base is Ken Kamieniecki. Shortstop is Cedeno. In left field, Kevin Bass. Center fielder is Mike Felder. He gets the call tonight. In right field, James Mooten. The catcher is behind the plate is Eusebio. And on the mound for the Houston Astros tonight, Greg Swindell. 8 wins, 9 losses, 4.37 ERA, 4.5 strikeouts, 1.6 walks, 1.2 homers per 9 innings pitched. As Utah Mike joins me here tonight here at the Astrodome for the second game of this doubleheader. If you missed it earlier, the Red Sox did beat the Yankees 3-2. You might want to catch it. It was a fun game. Top of the first inning, the Reds are ready to go. This is an elimination game for Cincinnati, at least for the division. Leading off for the Reds will be Jerome Walton. Greg Swindell is a lefty. Walton bats .394, no homers against the lefts in 94. So here we go, game number 2. Here's the pitch. That's an 11. That is a patient 36, and Walton's going to start with a base hit, with a walk. A base on balls for Walton. He will go to first. Cincinnati comes into the game 95 and 64. Houston 97 and 62. The Reds are 3-1 in payoff pitch play. The Astros are 4-6. I played a lot of Astros games. They got pretty. I believe I played the Astros more than any other team. I will post full standings, okay, of all the games after Sunday when everything is all done. The Astrodome, left-handed batter, 1-54 wheelhouse. Right-handed batter, 1-51. So 105 combined. I'm going to say the Astrodome is a neutral park. Walton on at first, 4F steal rating, 11 on the board, will not run. And the next batter will be Tony Fernandez. Bats .290, 3 homers against lefts. You've been lurking in the upper deck. Okay, STM. Glad to have you with me, my friend. Here's the pitch. And that is a wheelhouse 07. Pow! And Fernandez hits one high. Hits it deep to right center field. Not a chance for anyone to get that. That ball is out of here. Tony Fernandez smacks a 2-run jack off of Greg Swindell early in the ball game, and the Reds jump out to a 2-0 lead early. That quiets down the Astro crowd a little bit. Big homer by Fernandez, already 2-0. Hit that one in 07, hit that one deep to right center field, and going back for it was Felder and Mooten, and they were not going to get it. 2-0 Reds. Here's Barry Larkin, bats .284, 3 homers against left-handed pitching. In 94, pitch. That's going to be an in-play 0-3, and that is a base hit by Larkin. And he smacks that one into the gap into left center field. Larkin going for 2. He will make it. That is a double. Greg Swindell not off to a good start. A walk, a homer, and a double. And the Reds have a man on second with nobody out. And already up 2-0. Here's Reggie Sanders. Bats .330, 6 homers against left-handed pitching. Division on the line. Reds are 3 games back. The Reds must sweep Houston in this 3-game series in order to have a 1-gamer for the division. If not, one win by the Astros wins it. Here's the pitch to Sanders. That is a 7. That is a tough 37 and struck him out. One away. Swindell gets a big strikeout on Sanders. Runner has to hold. And that will see Brett Boone. Batted .270, 2 homers against the right-handers. Against lefties, I'm sorry. Swindell's a lefty. Both pitchers are lefts tonight. And that's going to be a patient 80. And that is a fly ball to center field. Felder will get to that one for out number 2. Boone goes down, and now we'll see Hal Morris. Batted .255, no homers against lefts. Pitch coming. And that is a 9. That's a tough 19. Morris gets caught looking at strike 3, and that will end the inning. Greg Swindell gives up a walk, a homer, and a double, and then gets 2 strikeouts and a flyout. The Reds get 2 runs on 2 hits and lead it 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. The Reds must win all 3 games to have a game 163. Starting lineup for the Astros, Mike Felder bats first. Craig Biggio will bat second. Jeff Bagwell batting third. Ken Kamieniecki is batting fourth. Kevin Bass is fifth. James Mooten batting sixth. Tony Eusebio is seventh. Andujar Cedeno batting eighth. And Greg Swindell, the pitcher, batting ninth. Defensively for the Reds, Morris is at first base. Boone is at second. Fernandez is at third. Shortstop is Larkin. Left field is Jacob Brumfield. Center field is Walton. Right field is Reggie Sanders. Brian Dorsett behind the plate. And on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds tonight is John Smiley. 11 wins, 10 losses, 3.86 ERA. Average 6.4 strikeouts, 2.1 walks, and a homer per 9. Already 2-0 Reds, but lots of baseball to go. And if you've been watching the Astros, you know how strong this team is. Here is Mike Felder leading off for Houston. John Smiley is a lefty. Felder batted .257, no homers against the lefts. Not many at-bats against lefty pitching, but he is in the lineup to start. And when I do the playoff rosters, I will only take the best of the players with the most at-bats and the most innings pitched or games. For a 26-man roster is what I'm going to use. Here's the pitch to Felder. 13 pitchers, 13 batters. That's going to be a tough 17 and struck him out. Felder goes down. That was a nice curveball and Felder didn't swing at it. Out number 1. And that will bring up Craig Biggio. Batted .294, no homers against the lefts. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a tough 0-1. And he goes down on strikes. 2-man down. Biggio swings at a high fastball. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Smiley. And now here is Jeff Bagwell. Batted .457, 18 homers against lefts. He's the power hitter. Pitch on the way. And that is an 8. That's an in-play 83. And that is a ground ball hit to short. Easy pickup by Larkin. Throws to first. And a 1-2-3 inning for Smiley. Nothing doing for the Astros there. 2-0 Reds. Top of the second coming up. And here's Jacob Brumfield. Batted .286, 3 homers against lefties. Pitch from Swindell. And that's going to be a tough... Oh, that is a rare play. Rare play dice, 62. Let's see what we got. And defense, re-roll all dice and refer to defense chart. So what we do, really just got to pick a card, and that's an error check to left field. Player with an A range or 5E error makes highlight reel catch. So it's a left fielder. The left fielder for Houston is Bass. His range is it's an error check. So his error rating out there is a 1 for Bass. And he had to have at least a 5E, so it's going to be a 1-base error. It's going to be a 1-base error on Bass. That is an error. Brumfield will hold it first as an E7. Error on the Astros. Must have misjudged the ball. Lucky didn't go all the way to the wall, so Brumfield will stay at first base. 4C steal rating on the board. 7 on the dice, will not run. And now here's Brian Dorsett. Pitch to Dorsett. That's a 10. That is an in-play 08, and that's going to be a single for Dorsett, base hit. Soft blooper into short right field. Runner in first advances a base. Brumfield will hold it second. Dorsett on it first. And now the Reds with runners at first and second, nobody out. And again, Swindell in a little bit of trouble here in the top of the second. It brings up the pitcher, John Smiley, and he will attempt to sacrifice. He uses hitting card number 9. He can actually hit pretty well. He will go ahead and attempt to sacrifice. His bunt rating is a C. So we'll try a sacrifice with him, and it's going to be a sacrifice hit. It will succeed, and it's hit to, I keep on forgetting what that is, but we get to the sacrifice set. That is a 5 on the board. It's hit to the third baseman, and it's a nice play. The throw goes to first for out number 1, but the runners move up. SH5 will be the actual call. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Top of the batting order for the Reds. Here's Walton. Runners at second and third. Astros will call the infield in. Here's the pitch, and that is a 9. That's a tough 14. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Walton gets K'd. Big strikeout by Swindell. Boy, did they need that. 2 outs. And now here's Fernandez. Fernandez hit a home run his last time up. A 2-run jack that put the Reds up 2-0. We'll see how Swindell pitches to him this time. And no, you don't walk him because then you have Barry Larkin to bat, so you pitch to Fernandez. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 69. And that's a ground ball to second base. Easy pickup by Biggio. Throws to first. And Greg Swindell gets out of the jam. No runs, 1 hit, and an error. And it still remains 2-0 Reds. Bottom of the second coming up. And Ken Kamieniecki will lead it off for Houston. Batted .266, 5 homers against lefts in '94. Fans here in the Astrodome, the ones that are here tonight are hoping to cheer a National League Central Championship. But right now, the Reds have something to say with. That's a defense 27. That could be a problem. Error check to third base. It's Fernandez. His error rating is a 5. No, he's got it. Throws to first. Out number 1. What a play by Fernandez. Tony Fernandez, error rating of 5. 27 on the board. And he is dead. You can see the card. He is out of there. 1 down. What a play by Fernandez. Here's Kevin Bass. Bass batted .420, 3 homers against lefts. Here's the pitch. That's a tough 53, and that's going to be a single for Bass. It's a base hit. He will hold it first, and that's the first hit of the game for the Astros. Steal rating 4D, 6 on the dice, will not run. And now James Mooten bats .315 with a homer against lefts. Reds need to sweep the Astros. Astros just need to win one game in this 3-game weekend series. How lucky we are that we have a series like this to end my pennant race. Here's the pitch. That's a 6. It's a tough 0-4. Struck him out. Got caught looking at strike 3. Thought the ball was outside. A wonderful slider by Smiley. 2 outs. And now here's Tony Eusebio. Bats .426 with 3 homers against the lefts. Definitely a lefty kind of lineup for the Astros to go up against left-handed pitching. Bass still on at first. Pitch coming. That is a patient 41, and it's going to be a base hit by Eusebio. It is a single. Bass will round second, go to third. He will stay there with 2 outs, and he will have runners at first and third. And now a chance for Dblhdr Cedeno, batted .287, 3 homers against lefties. And in a previous game with the Astros a couple of games ago that I had him, Cedeno belted 2 home runs. And I'm checking my stats, and I believe it was against the Rockies? Yeah, it was against the Colorado Rockies on September 24. So Cedeno definitely can hit for power. Smiley sets up and deals. Runners at the corners. Infield playing normal. They just need an out. Here's the pitch to Cedeno. And that's going to be a wheelhouse 55. And it's a ground ball at the third. Picked up by Fernandez. Throws to second. And that ends the inning. An awful pitch by Smiley, but Cedeno just got over it. And it goes as a ground out to third. Side retired. And the fans here, very disappointed on that. No runs, 2 hits. A chance goes by the board for the Astros. Still 2-0 Reds. We go to the top of the third. And here's Larkin. Larkin doubled his last time up. So he's 1 for 1. Pitch from Swindell. And that is going to be a patient 16, and that's a base on balls. Larkin will take ball 4 and head to first. Second time he's on base tonight. Steal rating is a 5A. He definitely can steal 3 on the dice. Up 2-0? Yeah, sure. They're the Reds. You're the guys that got to win games. So a steal might be attempted. So let's see what we got here. Eusebio's arm is a 3, so he's pretty good. And Larkin's is an A, so it would be an excellent chance to steal. So Barry Larkin is going to attempt it. Now, a rule I'm going to put in so I can get the pickoffs into play. If a steal attempt is not attempted on a run on the get a jump chart, depending on the hold of the pitcher, a pickoff attempt will be made. Barry Larkin, his steal rating is a 5. Hold rating for Swindell is an 8. Oh boy. Okay. So 0 to 53 he attempts. 54 to 56 he attempts with a poor jump, which is an automatic pickoff attempt. Anything higher he holds. It's a 14. There he goes. Larkin goes it, gets the jump. It's an excellent chance. Throw down to second. He is safe by an easy margin. Stolen base for Larkin. Runner in scoring position for the Reds. And the batter now, Reggie Sanders. Here's the pitch. And that is an in-play 69, and that is a ground ball to second base. The play will be made by Biggio. Throws to first. Out number 1. Larkin does advance to third. A big run at third base. The batter now is Boone. That is a fielder's choice. Boone the batter. Larkin on at third. Astros calling infield in. Greg Swindell again in a little bit of jam here. 1 out, top of the third. Here's the pitch. And that is a 9. And that is a tough 0-4. And that is a strikeout. Big strikeout on Boone. 2 outs. Big K. Fans enjoyed that one. And now we'll see Morris. Morris struck out his last time up. Infield playing normal. Pitch from Swindell. That's a 9. It's a tough 61. And that is a fly ball to left. Bass is going to get under it. He measures it, makes the catch, and the inning is over as Cincinnati again fails to get another run in. The Astros get out of the jam. But so far, they've not been able to score runs. Bottom of the third coming up. Still 2-0 Reds. Leading off is the pitcher, Greg Swindell. He uses hitting card number 11, so he can hit. Pitch coming. That is a wheelhouse 50, and that's a ground ball to third. Picked up by Fernandez. Throws to first. 1 out. Now here's Felder. Felder struck out his last time up. Pitch coming. And that is going to be, that's a 6. That is a tough 96 fly ball to left field. And Brumfield's going to get to that one for out number 2. And now here's Biggio. Biggio 0 for 1, struck out. Here's the pitch. That's a 7. It's a tough 21. Base hit for Biggio. That is going to go all the way and off the left field corner, and Biggio's going to have a 2-out double. A double for Biggio, and he holds at second base. And now a chance for Jeff Bagwell. And pretty much any wheelhouse pitch to Bagwell against lefties is pretty much out of is gone. Pretty much. Jeff Bagwell now up. Biggio on at second. Smiley's got to be careful. A wheelhouse pitch to Bagwell, pretty much the ball becomes a souvenir. So here's the pitch from Smiley. And that is going to be a defense check, 37. That's interesting. Defense check, range to third base. The ball is hit to Fernandez. His range is a D. 1 to 57 on the ballpark card, 37. And Fernandez is not going to get to this one. That's going to be a base hit. That is a hit. And it will be a single. Biggio will score from second with a run rating of 8, and the Astros cut the lead in half. RBI single for Bagwell. This time Fernandez couldn't make the play. 2-1. Bagwell, 4B steal rating, does have an opportunity to steal. The batter is Ken Kamieniecki. Bagwell does steal, but with 2 outs, he's not going to run. They'll let Kamieniecki swing the bat. Even though we would have a good chance to steal, but I'm not going to steal in this situation. Usually I don't steal. I don't like stealing with 2 outs. So, there's Kamieniecki. He grounded out his last time up. Smiley with the pitch. And that is a 7. That is a tough 88. And that's a ground ball hit to short. Easy pickup there by Larkin. Throws to second to get Bagwell out, and that will end the inning. The Astros get 1 run on 2 hits. And they cut the lead in half. At the end of 3, it's now 2-1 Reds. Timeout. In the 10-minute ticker today, I didn't put in the Red Sox score over the Yankees, did I? I don't think I did that right. Give me a second here. So the 10-minute ticker today, with the White Sox beating the Royals 9-5, Chicago now has a 2-game lead on Kansas City. Although Texas and Seattle are tied for second, I'm probably going to have to wait until to see what these 2 teams do after tomorrow. So I had the Baltimore Orioles and the Cleveland Indians scheduled for tomorrow. We're going to change that. So game number 1 tomorrow in tomorrow's doubleheader will be the Chicago White Sox versus the Kansas City Royals. That will be the first game. Cincinnati, Houston, I'm still going to leave scheduled depending on what happens tonight. If the Reds win tonight, I will still probably keep that game, and we'll have another Reds and Astros game. If not, might make a change, but we shall see. So right now, instead of Baltimore, Cleveland, it'll be White Sox and Kansas City, the American League game for tomorrow, instead of Baltimore, Cleveland. Kansas City must win or they are out. That is a playoff game, actually, for the Royals. That should be a lot of fun at Royals Stadium. We go back here to the Astrodome, top of the 4th. Reds leading the Astros 2-1. Reds need to win in order to still have a shot at the division. Astros win, they clinch the division, and the Reds will be number 5 and will have to play the Giants in a 1-game wild card playoff. Greg Swindell will be pitching to Jacob Brumfield here on the top of the 4th. Brumfield got on base via an error, an E7 by the Astros. Here's the pitch from Swindell. And that is an in-play 11, and that's going to be a single for Brumfield. Base hit. He'll be on base for the 2nd time tonight. 4C steal rating, 5 on the dice, will not run. And here's Brian Dorsett. Dorsett got a base hit his last time up. Hope my fans are still with me in the chat. Haven't checked you guys. Hope you guys are still here. Dorsett, the batter. And that's going to be a tough 37. And it's going to be a single for Dorsett. That's his 2nd hit of the game. That is a base hit. Sharp liner to center field. Brumfield rounding 2nd will head for 3rd. Runner at first advances 2 bases. Runners at first and third, nobody out. Dorsett is 2 for 2. And that brings up the pitcher, John Smiley. They won't sacrifice here. He'll hit away. He uses hitting card number 9, so he could get a hit here. Pitch on the way. And that is an 8. That's a ballpark 29. That's a wheelhouse check. And a wheelhouse 25 is going to be a single for Smiley. Base hit. Smiley gets a hit. It's a soft blooper into short left field. Dorsett's going to go to second. Smiley gets to first. Brumfield scores, and the Reds lead it 3-1 on a big hit by the pitcher. And the fans give a little boo here. 3-1 Reds. John Smiley gets a big hit. Runners at first and second. Top of the order for the Reds. Here's Jerome Walton. Walton is 0 for 1. We'll see what the Astros want to do here. Swindell got to go ahead and slow down. Now the pitch from Swindell. That's going to be another ballpark, a 38. That's going to be wheelhouse. And a rare play wheelhouse. Is replay dice 32. Let's see what we get on the rare play chart. Batter hits a line drive to third. Roll 1d10. 1 to 3, batter is out. All runners hold. 4 to 10 is a line out into many outs as possible. Oh boy, this is a possible triple play. So we need to roll a 1d10. So I'll do that, and I'll clear the dice for the roll. For that kind of roll, that's huge. So I'll roll the white die. 1 to 3, batter is out. All runners hold. 4 to 10 is a triple play. And he's out. Oh, batter is out. All runners hold. 1 out. A possible triple play goes by the boards. There's 1 out as Jerome Walton has a great shot. Hit right to third and snared by Kamieniecki, but they're not going to turn any more than that. Dorsett and Smiley get back. That's a line out to third, 1 down. Could have been a triple play. I haven't had that yet. Runners at first and second now, 1 out. Here's Tony Fernandez. Fernandez off to a pretty good start, though. He's 1 for 2, but he hit a big 2-run homer in the first. Normal dice back in the tower. And that is going to be a patient 0-1 base on balls. And the bases are juiced. And the fans here are really not liking this. And the bases are loaded for Barry Larkin. Larkin in a double his first time up and walked. He is 1 for 1. Larkin does not ground out to many double plays. Reds calling for infield in. To try to get Dorsett at the plate. Greg Swindell in a big jam. 1 out. Pitch. 9. Tough. 80. And that is going to be a fly ball to center field. It will not be deep enough. It is a tough fly out. 2 outs. Dorsett has to hold. And now the batter is Reggie Sanders. Not deep enough. Sanders 0 for 2. Now with 2 outs. The Astro infield can play back. Swindell trying to get out of it. Pitch to Sanders. That's it in play, 11, and that's going to be a base hit by Sanders. And he smacks that all the way into the left, down the left field line, all the way into the corner. Dorsett will score. Smiley will score. Fernandez rounding around third. He will score. Sanders will go to third. It's a bases clearing triple by Reggie Sanders. And the fans here at the Astrodome just went pretty quiet. Reggie Sanders finds himself on third. And that is a triple. And that scores everybody. As the Astros have put 4 runs on the board. And now lead it 6-1 here in the top of the 4th. And that's going to be it for Greg Swindell. He is done. The next batter for the Reds is Brett Boone. They announce him, and the Astros have to go to the bullpen. And they will bring in Mike Hampton to pitch to Boone. 2 wins, 1 loss, 3.70 ERA. Hampton can pitch innings 4 and 5, and he will come in to pitch to Boone with 2 outs. Greg Swindell has to go back, and yep, Brandon Baker loving this so far. Runner on third base, Boone is the batter, as the Reds are now pouring it on here in this must-win game. Pitch coming, that's going to be a tough 13. Boone goes down on strikes, but the side is retired, but the damage is done. For the Reds, 4 runs on 4 hits and a walk. And could have been a triple play if not for the runners getting back in time. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's now 6-1 Reds. But we all know no game is over until it is over. Bottom of the 4th inning, here's Kevin Bass to lead it off for Houston. Plenty of time. Bass is 1 for 1. Singled his last time up. Smiley with the pitch. That's a 6. It's a tough 55, and that is a fly ball to right. Sanders getting under that one. Out number 1. And that will bring up James Mooten. Mooten struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch. That's an 8. That's an in-play 17 base hit for Mooten. That's going to be a clean single as he hits that one into right center field. Mooten will hold it first. And that's his first hit of the game. 6B steal rating, but down by 5 runs. Astros aren't running at all. Not right now. You need base runners. Got to try to get back into the game. Here's Tony Eusebio. He singled his last time up. Pitch on the way. That's going to be a tough 97 fly ball to left. Brumfield calling for it. And that's out number 2. And now Cedeno. Cedeno grounded out his last time up. Pitch on the way. And that's going to be a tough and another rare play dice, 55. Let's see what we get this time. Batter strikes out. Roll 2d6. 2-7. Batter rejected for arguing call. 8-12. Batter is humbled. So we roll here, and that is a 7. And Andujar Cedeno, he's ejected. He's out of there. Andujar Cedeno gets into a big shouting match with the umpire, said something about his family, and Cedeno was out of there. He is ejected, and that also retires the side. I don't know, Brandon. You might have read their lips. Do you know what Andujar Cedeno said to the umpire? He's out of there. But the inning is over, so I got to bring in a new shortstop. Still 6-1 Reds. Timeout. There were no runs and a hit for the Astros in the bottom of the fourth, as Cedeno goes out on a strikeout. Something about the umpire's eyes, maybe how mesmerizing they were. Okay, if that's what you read, because I don't know what he said, but whatever it was, the umpire threw his butt out of there. Andy Stankiewicz will take over at shortstop for the Astros as we now begin the top of the fifth inning. I also like to remind everyone there's a little History Maker golf scheduled for tomorrow. A very short round. Only pretty much only 62 golfers from the previous round are going to be in a short little qualifying round tomorrow, and I'm only doing the third round cut is what I'm going to do to get my 12 golfers for Sunday at the BMW Championship being held at Temple of the Shrine Golf Club. Since we don't have Olympia Fields where they're actually holding it available, Temple of the Shrine Medina was where it was held last year, so I'm going to use that course. So a very short round tomorrow. The third round I'm only going to use, and you'll see how I'll get the remaining 30 golfers for the week after, but we will have 12 for tomorrow. So a little History Maker golf at Temple of the Shrine Golf Club, the BMW Championship on History Maker Golf. I'll have that probably in the late morning, I think. So join me for that, a little History Maker golf. More golf coming up. Meanwhile, top of the fifth here at the Astrodome, 6-1 Reds. Mike Hampton comes back on the mound for the Astros. Leading off for the Reds will be Hal Morris. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be an in-play 24 base hit for Morris. That's a single to lead it off. Astro pitching not cutting it today so far. Steal rating 4C on the board. Morris 5 on the dice will not run. And you're up by 5 runs, so you're not running. And here's Brumfield. Brumfield singled his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be an in-play 98 fly ball to left. Bass will get to that one. And that's out number 1. And now Brian Dorsett, he's 2 for 2 tonight. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be an in-play 51. That's a ground ball to third. Dorsett's double play rating is a 9. 4 on the dice. That's going to turn 2. Third to second to first. Double play. 5-4-3. And that gets the Stros out of it. No runs and a hit. As Dorsett grounds out into the 5-4-3. But they still lead it 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Mike Hampton was the pitcher. He was due to bat. So they'll bring in a pinch hitter to go up against John Smiley. And it will be Steve Finley to bat against Smiley. Steve Finley will go up against Smiley to start here at the bottom of the fifth. 6-1 Reds in a must-win game for the Reds to have a shot to win the division. Astros win, they clinch. Reds win, they'll have another chance tomorrow to get within one game, and we will have that game, absolutely. Here's the pitch to Finley. That's going to be a tough 19. Struck him out. One down. Top of the order for Houston. Here's Felder. Felder 0 for 2. Pitch coming. And that's going to be an in-play 78. That's a fly ball to center. Jerome Walton's going to call for that. He's got it for out number 2. And now Biggio. Biggio hit a double his last time up. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's a defense check, 55. Range check, center field, Walton. Range is a D, 1-57. 55 is going to get there. Just dives, makes a great play. Jerome Walton dives for it and just got it. 1-57 and a 1-55. No, he didn't make it. I'm sorry. That's 1-57 a hit. 55, it popped out of his glove. They checked the replay. And that's actually going to wind up being a double for Biggio. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Biggio's on at second with a double. It's 1-57. He rolled a 55 on a range of D. My bad. Double for Biggio, his second double of the day. And now a chance for Bagwell. They thought he got it and it was a trap. And Biggio was on second when they called it, so he will be on second base. Fans here at the Astrodome trying to have something to cheer for. Now Bagwell, the batter. As I said, a wheelhouse check to him. You might as well say it's out of here. Smiley pitches to Bagwell. And that is an 8. That's an in-play and another rare play. Rare play dice says 22. It's a fly out. Fly out to left field. Makes apparent catch, but ball immediately drops from glove. Opposing manager requests review that outfielder did not make catch. Roll 1d6. 1-2 review states outfielder did not make catch and batter awarded first base. Outfielder charged with an error. 3-6 play stands his call and outfield is out. So let's see. So if it's a 1-2, he doesn't make the catch. It is a 4. He does make the catch and the inning is over. A great play made by Walton in the center field, and this time he has it. Side retire to fly out to center. These rare plays are tricky with that chart. I don't know how much longer I'm going to use it. I'm actually waiting for Bleacher Bums Gaming to see what kind of chart he uses for Glory Days baseball when he gets done with it. But that is the inning. 5 in the book. Still 6-1 Reds. On no runs and a hit. Yeah, there's review in 94, whatever. Top of the 6th inning, 6-1. John Smiley, the pitcher, he will bat. The Astros need a new pitcher. And in this case, I think they'll bring in their best one, and that's going to be Todd Jones. 5 wins, 2 losses, 2.72 ERA. Jones will pitch. And he'll go to John Smiley. Jones is a right-hander, so that turns everything around on the Reds. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a tough 93 fly out to, and that is going to be a fly out to left. Easy play for Bass, 1 out. Review in 94. Yeah, well, Utah Mike, what are you going to do? Here's Walton, who made a great catch in the outfield. Walton is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a tough 92. Another fly ball to left. That's picked up by Bass. Out number 2 there. And now Tony Fernandez, 1 for 2 with a walk and a 2-run jack. Pitch from Todd Jones. And that is going to be an in-play 20, and that's a base hit for Fernandez. That is a single. Fernandez will hold. His second hit of the game. 5C steal rating, 6 on the dice, will not run. And now a chance for Larkin. Love the rare play. Smiley having a superb game. So far he is. But in my game, it was a payoff pitch. They can turn very quickly. Here's the pitch to Larkin. That's going to be a defense check, 17. That could be problem. Error check to Jones. Jones's error rating is a 4. 17 on the dice. 1 to 26. That is an error on Jones. And that's going to be a single +1. So a base hit for Larkin. And Fernandez is going to make third base, and Larkin will hold at second. And Fernandez will hold at third. Second error on the Astros. I'm figuring a single was hit. And then a single was hit. And the throw went in. Jones tried to make a play, and it got past him, which allowed the runners to advance. So that is an E1. Runners at second and third. Second error on the Astros in this game. And the batter is Reggie Sanders. Now, my thing is, with 2 outs, Tony Fernandez on a single, you run from first to third anyway, but it's a single and it's an extra base. I don't think Fernandez would be able. I think Fernandez normally would score, but I'm going to say no since the ball was already in the infield. I don't think they'd send him. I'm going to leave it as it is. Still 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Astros playing normal infield. Pitch to Sanders. That's going to be a patient and another rare play. Rare play dice, 1-3. Hot smash to third base. If fielder has A or B range, he knocks the ball down and credit batter with an infield single. The ball is hit to third. That's Kamieniecki. His range is a C. Uh-oh. Ball goes into the corner for a double. Runners advance 2 bases. That's going to get past Kamieniecki. That's going to be a bases clearing double. Fernandez will score. Larkin will score. Sanders to second, and the Reds lead it 8-1. That's a double for Sanders. And he hit a triple his last time up. So he has a double and a triple on his scorecard. 2 more runs come in for the Reds. And fans here in the Astrodome are already heading for the exits, thinking Houston will not be celebrating a National League Central championship tonight. They'll have to wait for tomorrow. And that's it for Todd Jones, as he's given up 2 runs. And the Astros will go back to the bullpen. And they'll bring up Dave Veers. And he'll pitch to Brett Boone. Now with an 8-1 lead, it really doesn't matter what pitcher you have on the board. Dave Veers, 3 wins, 3 losses, 2.41 ERA. Sanders on at second, still 2 outs. Boone, however, is 0 for 3 tonight. Pitch. That's going to be an in-play 55, and that's a ground ball to third. That's picked up by Kamieniecki. He throws to first to end the inning. 2 runs for the Reds, 2 hits and an error. And a big error that was, too. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's 8-1 Cincinnati. And looks like we're going to be back here tomorrow night for another game between these two. Because right now, this is really the only series that matters in the National League. I will do the National League 10-minute ticker, but pretty much every game is meaningless except for this one. John Smiley will take the mound again. And leading off for the Astros will be Ken Kamieniecki. He's 0 for 2. So Brandon Baker, if you're wondering, we will have this game tomorrow, also tomorrow night. I don't know if that'll be the first or the second game. I'll find out. We're going to have 2 eliminations. We're going to have 2 games with 2 teams facing elimination. Not elimination. Well, one's facing elimination. One's trying to win the division. Here's the pitch from Kamieniecki. That's going to be a 6. That's a tough 37. And that's going to be a base hit. Kamieniecki gets a single off a Smiley. Base hit. He holds it first. And the batter is Kevin Bass. Golf and Reds tomorrow. Solid day, yes. The golf is going to be just a short round. I'm only going to do cut round 3rd. There's no need to. I only have 62 golfers remaining from last week's tournament. Remember, I'm doing the playoff. So you're cutting down to 70, and 62 is what left. So I'm just going to do a 3rd round cut. And then we'll see how I get the remaining 30 golfers for next week. I'm also going to do half that round offline. And I'll probably do that tomorrow, too. It took too long to play a full round. It really does. Here's the pitch to Bass. That's going to be an in-play 28. And that's a base hit for Kevin Bass. It's a single. Opposite field liner. Into right field, runner advances 1 base. Kamieniecki will hold at second, not wanting to test anything. Now the Astros got something cooking here. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And here's James Mooten. Mooten singled his last time up. Astros got runners in scoring position. They've got to get some runs now for Houston. Mooten, the pitcher, getting pitched. That's going to be a tough 61 single for James Mooten. It's a base hit. That is a base hit. Line drive into center field. Kamieniecki rounding 3rd. He will score. Bass will go to second, and he'll stay right there. And it is now 8-2 as the fans have a little something to cheer about as they get a run back. Runners at first and second, and still nobody out. Now 8-2. And here's Tony Eusebio. Smiley not fatigued yet. He can go to the 8th inning. And now the Astros get at least 1 run in. Let's see what more they can do. Here's the pitch to Eusebio. That's going to be a tough 49, and it's a base hit for Eusebio. It's a single. Soft blooper into short right field. Bass rounding 3rd. He will score. James Mooten will go to 3rd base. It's now 8-3. And the fans here have suddenly started to take interest again. 2 runs come in for the Astros now. And it's now 8-3 with runners at first and third and still no one out. And the batter is the shortstop, Andy Stankiewicz, who came in for the ejected Andujar Cedeno. Runners at first and third, no outs. The Reds are going to call for a double play attempt. So they're going to keep the infield back. They'll allow Mooten to score if necessary. And here's the pitch. It's a 5. That's a ballpark 25. That's wheelhouse. And a wheelhouse 12. Crack. That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to left field. Going back for his Broomfield. He's going to run a room. It's out of here. Andy Stankiewicz, 3-run jack. And the Astros are back in the game, and the crowd is going nuts. The ones that were turning for the exits have suddenly turned around to watch this Andy Stankiewicz 3-run homer. That is out of here. We got a ball game again. Can you believe it? It's now 8-6. And that's going to be it for John Smiley. Five straight hits, 4 singles, and a jack. And the Astros are now 2 runs back of the Reds when it looked like Cincinnati was going to run away with it. And that's it for Smiley. The pitcher is due up, Dblhdr. They will take him out, bring in a pinch hitter. And the Reds will bring out, I got to see, so who's going to bring out first? I'm going to bring out the pitcher first for the Reds. And they're going to bring out Johnny Ruffin to pitch. 7-2, 3.09 ERA. He had the most innings pitched. I mean, with the 5-run lead, 2-run. Johnny Ruffin will now pitch for the Reds. Pinch hitter coming up for the Astros. And it's going to be Luis Gonzalez who will bat against Ruffin. Gonzalez, 291 at bats against righties. Bats 275. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. It's now 8-6 Reds. Can you believe this game? Oh, boy. Still nobody out. Here's the pitch from Ruffin. That's going to be a tough 56, and that is going to be a ground ball to third. Picked up by Fernandez. Throws to first. Out number 1. Top of the batting order with Mike Felder coming up. Now 8-6. And here's the pitch to Felder. It's an 8. That's a tough 25. Struck him out. 2 down. And now a chance for Craig Biggio. Biggio, 2 doubles his last time up. Here's the pitch to Biggio. And that's a tough 21, and he will swing and a miss. Struck him out. And Johnny Ruffin gets the job done. But only after the Astros put a 5 spot on the board. 5 runs, 5 hits. One of them a 3-run jack by Andy Stankiewicz. 6 in the books. It's 8-6 Reds. We got ourselves a ball game here. The fans that were heading for the seats have suddenly turned around, and they're going to let them back in and say, hey, look, this game is exciting. A lot of people say, wait, you left here, you know? Oh, boy. Top of the 7th coming up. The Reds have Hal Morris. Timeout. As some of the Astros fans that were leaving heard that a big home run, they immediately turned around before they went out the doors and got back in their seats. That's why me personally, I never leave a baseball game until it's over. The Astros will bring up Ross Powell to pitch to Hal Morris. He'll be the next pitcher. Powell short relief. He can pitch 7 and 8. John Smiley can still get the win, but now it's a 2-run lead instead of a 7-run lead after the Astros throw a 5 spot in the 6th inning. Here's Hal Morris for the Reds. He singled his last time up. Pitch coming. That's going to be a defense check. That's right on the board. That's right on it. Jeez, I hate that. I'll re-roll. Fouled away, strike 1. Try again. That's going to be a tough 29, and that's a strikeout. 1 down as Morris swung in at a high fastball. Next batter is Brumfield. Brumfield is 1 for 2. Powell's a lefty. Pitch. That's going to be a patient 35, and Brumfield smacks one up the middle all the way into the gap in center field. Brumfield rounding first. He's going to head for 2. He will make it with a double. Patient 35, a double for Brumfield. He will hold at second as the Reds get a man in scoring position. And the batter will be Dorsett. Dorsett is 2 for 3, 2 singles, and a ground out. 1 out here, top of the 7th. If you're the Astros, the last thing you want to do is give the Reds any runs back in the next half inning. Powell with the pitch. That's going to be a tough 33, and that's going to be a single for Dorsett. It's a base hit. It's a line drive into center field. Brumfield rounding third, coming home. He will score, and the Reds get a run back. 9-6. Brian Dorsett smacks his 3rd hit of the game, and that scores Brumfield, and the Reds are once again ahead by 3. And it looks like I might have to get my extra markers for high-scoring games, which is fine by me. Dorsett on it first. 9-6 Reds. Ross Powell comes in here and gives up a run, and still 1 out. Johnny Ruffin is due to hit. He's the pitcher. They will take him down as he will now go back to the bullpen. We'll see who the Reds want to bring in a pinch hit. And they need their tops against lefties. And that's going to be Kevin Mitchell. Kevin Mitchell will bat against Powell. Definitely is a threat. 1 out. The pitch from Powell. And that's going to be a patient 22, and that's a walk. He walks the pinch hitter, Mitchell. Runners at first and second now for Walton. And that's going to be it for Powell. They'll make a pitching change. That's it for him. They're going to bring in a right-hander to go up against Walton. And it's going to be Shane Reynolds. They'll leave Walton in there. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Walton does not hit the righties as well as the lefties is. That's why they make the pitching change. The Reds want to save a few batters just in case. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Top of the 7th. 9-6 Reds. Pitch on the way. That's an in-play 99. That's a fly ball to left. Coming under it is Bass. And that is out number 2. And now Tony Fernandez having a great night tonight. He's 2 for 3, a single, a homer, and a walk. And now 2 outs. Shane Reynolds, 8 wins, 5 losses, 3.05 ERA. Starter and a reliever. And here's the pitch to Fernandez. That's going to be ballpark 78. That's in play. And in play 90 is a ground ball to short. Easy pickup by Stankiewicz. Throws to second, and that will end the inning. The Reds do get 1 run on 2 hits and a walk. Bottom of the 7th coming up, or at the 7th inning stretch. Reds lead the Astros 9-6 in a must-win game for Cincinnati to have a shot to win the division. 7th inning stretch time, timeout. It's now time for the 10-minute ticker, but this time it's time for the National League. And pretty much every game in the National League is pretty much already decided. Atlanta let's go to the 10-minute ticker here and see what we got. Atlanta taking on Montreal. This is supposed to be a heck of a series, and I had a game between these two scheduled for the last day of the series, but that's already been decided, so it's now meaningless, except for record. That's going to be an 8. That is a win for the Expos. They win that game 9-7. The Braves actually had pretty much collapsed in the last couple of games, as they started losing games like the Phillies and such. So that's a win for Montreal. Cincinnati, Houston, we're watching here. Florida and Philadelphia. And that's going to be a win for the Marlins, actually. They win that game 9-4. Nice win for the Marlins. Marlins actually had a very good restart. They had a winning record for the restart. San Diego, Colorado. Colorado was eliminated by the Giants yesterday. That's a 5. That's going to be a win for the Padres. They win that game 7-2. So the Rockies are going to have to go into the offseason wondering what might have been. San Francisco, Los Angeles. This game I was going to do tonight, but with the Giants and the Dodgers clinching yesterday, it became meaningless. That's a 7. It is a win for the Dodgers. They win this game 5-1, but it's meaningless. As the Dodgers will be facing the winner of the National League Central Division Championship in their division series. Finally, the Cardinals and the Mets. My Mets were just awful in the restart. And that is a 9. My Mets do win the game here, 6-5. They beat the Cardinals. But the Mets were terrible. I got terrible rolls in the whole restart. They were just awful and never even really got a chance. The Mets were 3 games. Okay, how bad the Mets were. The Mets were 3 games under 500 when at the end, when the season was canceled. They are now 12 games under 500 since the restart. That's how bad they were. Losing record. Now that's it here. So we still got Cincinnati, Houston to play. We will definitely, if the Reds win this game tonight, which they still got it still looks like they could do it. We'll be seeing Cincinnati, Houston tomorrow. So we'll see what we got. So if your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Meanwhile, we go back to our game here at the Astrodome. Reds leading 9-6. Jeff Bagwell is the leadoff batter for Houston. Reds need a pitcher. And they're going to bring in Hector Carrasco. The one thing about the Reds, I got to say, their bullpen is very good. They got a very good bullpen. They didn't end the season with a winning record for nothing. That 94 Reds team was good. Here's Hector Carrasco, 5 wins, 6 losses, 2.24 ERA. The Reds bullpen is strong. They could do it. Definitely could do it in the playoffs. Jeff Bagwell leads off for Houston. He is 1 for 3 as we start the bottom of the 7th. 9-6. We have a ball game still. Pitch to Bagwell. That's going to be a tough 81. That's a fly out to center field. An easy play by Walton, 1 out. And now here's Kamieniecki. One man out. Pitch to Kamieniecki. That's going to be a tough 42. Struck him out. 2 away. And now Kevin Bass. I am keeping track of the bullpen usage, but as far as I'm concerned, everybody's on deck. As far as fatigue, I'm keeping track. For instance, remember the lineups I'm getting are lineups that were used earlier in the season. I will track bullpen usage, but pretty much everybody so far has only been for 1 inning. So I'll keep track of it. But in my opinion, everybody's on deck. You're playing for the division title here. You're playing to avoid playing the wild card series and just go straight to the division series and don't have to worry about playing some extra games. There's a lot's at stake here for both these teams. Here's Bass. Bass is 2 for 3. I am trying to keep track of it, even though I'm usually not using any stats or things. Everything's being done by hand. All I really care about is wins and losses. Here's a patient play, a patient 81. That's a fly ball to center. An easy play for Walton. And he makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Astros. 7 in the books. Still 9-6 Reds. We go to the top of the 8th. Shane Reynolds will still pitch for the Stros. And it's Barry Larkin leading off for Cincinnati. Larkin, a double, walk, and reached on an error. Top of the 8th inning. Fans here still want to see if anything can happen. Here's the pitch to Larkin. That's going to be an in-play 28, and Larkin's going to get a base hit into right center field. That is a single for Larkin. He'll hold it first. Steal rating, 5A steal rating. 10 on the dice, will not run. The batter now is Sanders. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a tough 12. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's the first out. And now Brett Boone. Boone is 0 for 4. Not had a good night tonight. But he will bat. Larkin's still not running. Pitch to Boone. That's going to be a tough 48. And he's caught looking at strike 3. Yeah, one of those nights for Boone. Third time he struck out tonight. That was just a beautiful fastball. Boone should have swung at that and didn't even notice it. 2 down. And now Hal Morris. Morris is 1 for 4. He got a single. Larkin still on at first. Pitch to Morris. That's going to be a defense check, 21. Error check to second base, Biggio. Error rating is a 4. 1 to 26. 1 to 21. Biggio's going to make a very rare error. That is going to be an error on Biggio. It's a 1-base error. Runners advance 1. And that's it. That's the third error on the Astros tonight. That is an E4. He doesn't make many of those. Might have taken his eye off the ball. Third error for the Astros as a team. And now Shane Reynolds looking at Biggio, and Biggio looking at Reynolds said, "Shut up, man, I'm in the Hall of Fame." And Reynolds looks at him and said, "You ain't in the Hall of Fame yet?" And Biggio said, "Just you wait, man. I'm going in the Hall, okay? Just relax your brain. I'm going to the Hall. Get out there and pitch." There's Jacob Brumfield. Brumfield had a good night tonight. Reached on an error, single, and a double. He is 2 for 3 tonight. Good night for Brumfield. 2 outs. Runners at first and second now. Can Reynolds avoid the error? Will the error hurt Reynolds? Here's the pitch. And that is a 6. That's a tough 18. And swing and a miss. He struck him out. Shane Reynolds goes ahead, bears down, and does the job. Strikes out the side, as a matter of fact. So no runs, 1 hit, and an error. Still 9-6 Reds. We go to the bottom of the 8th for the Astros. Hector Carrasco will still pitch for Cincinnati. He will stay out there. And the leadoff batter for Houston is James Mooten. Bottom of the 8th. Let's see what the Astros got. Pitch coming. And that's going to be a tough 08. Mooten caught looking, strike 3. Caught looking at strike 3. Should have swung at it. The umpire rings him up. That was just a very nice slider. 1 down. Here's Tony Eusebio. Eusebio singled his last time up. He's 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles tonight. Pitch from Carrasco. That's going to be a tough 50. Eusebio goes down on strikes as well. 2 outs. That was a high fastball, but the umpire rung him up. 2 down. And now here's Andy Stankiewicz. He gets an ovation from the Astro crowd with the big jack he had last time. But now they're liking to see if he could do something more here, if possible. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Pitch to Carrasco, or Carrasco. That's going to be a tough 78. That's a fly ball to center. Walton will get to that one. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Carrasco. Side retired. Eight in the books. Reds still lead it 9-6. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Shane Reynolds will pitch. And the batter is Brian Dorsett, leading off for Cincinnati. Dorsett's had an awesome night. He's 3 for 4, 3 singles tonight. Reynolds will pitch. And instead, no, I think the Astros are going to make a change. Thought about that for a minute. Think they're going to make a change, or do they want him to pitch? No, they actually they do want him to pitch. He has to. He's due to bat. He's due to bat first. So Reynolds will stay out there. He's not fatigued. He came in the 8th. So here's the pitch to Dorsett. And that is a 10. That's an in-play 98. That's a fly ball to left. Coming under it is Bass. 1 out. Hector Carrasco is due to bat, and he's going to come out. Reds will bring a pinch hitter against Reynolds. And that's going to be Eddie Taubensee. And now we will see a new pitcher for the Astros. And they're going to bring in, I don't have any more lefties in the bullpen. Oh, boy. Well, it doesn't matter then. Okay. The Astros are going to bring in John Hudek. He's their closer, but they like to keep it 9-6. He only has to pitch a couple innings. It won't be much of a fatigue problem. So John Hudek will pitch to Eddie Taubensee. One out here. Top of the 9th. Pitch from Hudek. And that's going to be a patient 42 base hit for Taubensee. It's a single. Pinch hit for him. He holds at first base. Big single for Taubensee. Top of the order now for the Reds is Jerome Walton. Taubensee not running. And here's the pitch. That's going to be a tough 07. Struck him out. Hudek gets a big strikeout, 2 outs. And now Tony Fernandez. Fernandez had a good night tonight. Home run, walk, and single. Taubensee on it set first. A very big insurance run waiting for the Reds, if necessary. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a tough 99 fly ball to left field. Bass will get there, and he makes the play for the final out. No runs, 1 hit for the Reds. Going to the bottom of the 9th inning, 9-6. Will we see 9th inning magic? It's a 3-run game. The Astros have to bring in a pinch hitter, and that's what they're going to do. And I'm going to let them make the choice first, and see who they do want to bring in. Tough call here. It really depends on the pitcher. You know what? I'll let the Reds make the first call, the pitcher. Usually the pitcher has to be called first. And they're going to go ahead and bring in Chuck McElroy to pitch for the Reds. 1 win, 2 losses, 2.34 ERA. He has 5 saves. He's a lefty, so he will come in and pitch. He has one of the lower ERAs, but he has enough. He did play 52 games, so I have no problem with it. Now the Astros are bringing a pinch hitter. And it's going to be Scott Service, who has 67 at-bats, the most at-bats against lefties left on the bench, with 3 others left. So Chuck McElroy against Scott Service. Bottom of the 9th. Reds leading the Astros 9-6. The Reds are 2 games back of the Astros. A win here, they move to 1 game back. They lose here, they fall to 3 games back, and it's over. And the Reds will be the number 5 seed. Bottom of the 9th. Here we go. Will we see 9th inning magic? Chuck McElroy pitches. It's a tough 0-4. Struck him out. 1 down. 1 away. And the batter now is Mike Felder for Houston. One out. Pitch from McElroy. That's a ballpark check 0-1. That's wheelhouse. And a wheelhouse 0-6 is going to be a base hit for Felder. And that is hit all the way into the deepest part of the ballpark at center field. Felder does not have any home run power, but he will have a triple on this one. A 1-out triple for Felder. He will hold it third. Triple for Felder. And now the batter is Biggio with a runner at third base. Reds are playing the infield back. You just want to get the out. The runner in third doesn't mean anything. And here's Biggio, who's going to try to make it something. 1 out. Here's the pitch from Biggio. That's an in-play 25. Base hit for Craig Biggio. It's a single. Biggio will hold it first. Felder scores, and the Astros now make it 9-7. And now the batter is Jeff Bagwell, and McElroy will come out because Bagwell just absolutely crushes lefties. And now the Reds will bring in their closer, Jeff Brantley, who they absolutely have to use now. Jeff Brantley, 6 wins, 6 losses, 2.48 ERA, 15 saves. 1 out. Jeff Bagwell is huge. And yes, he hits rights just as well as he hits lefts. Biggio on at first. 1 out. 9-7. Bagwell. A single from Biggio is better than some of the other things he can do to you. Exactly. 9-7. Bagwell, the batter. Brantley. Here's the pitch. It's a 6. It's a tough 34. Struck him out. Big strikeout on Bagwell. He got him. 2 outs. Bagwell swung and missed and just never had a chance with that one. 2 men down, and now Ken Kamieniecki, who can also hit 1 out. Kamieniecki 1 for 4 with a single. Biggio on at first. 2 outs now. Brantley trying to get the save. Get the Reds to 1 game back. We will have that game tomorrow in the doubleheader. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch to Kamieniecki. It's a wheelhouse 66, but it's gonna be chopped to second base. Are you kidding me? Hit to Boone. Boone's got it. Throws to shortstop, covering, and the Reds win the game 9-7. A wheelhouse. Brantley threw an absolute awful pitch, but a 66. against righties is going to be a grounder to second, throws to short covering. Reds win it. And the Astros will have to wait another day to clinch the division. What a game. What a game here. 1 run, 2 hits for the Astros, but they come away with the loss. And the Reds win it 9-7. It looked like they were going to run away with it, but the Astros came back. And tomorrow night, and the Reds move to 1 game back, which means tomorrow the Reds have a chance to tie it up and send game 162 to be the National League Central Championship game, but they have to win 1 more. I'll give you a final line score here, people. For the Cincinnati Reds, 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors. For the Astros, 7 runs, 13 hits, 3 errors. John Smiley still gets the win. They never tied the game up. So Smiley gets the win. Greg Swindell still takes the loss. Jeff Brantley is going to get the save. Ruffin's going to get credit for a hold, as well as Carrasco and such, and that does it here. So our schedule will be tomorrow. We'll have the Chicago White Sox versus Kansas City and Cincinnati versus Houston. I think I want to have, since I just won American League, National League, which is further east, Kansas City or Houston? I think Kansas City is further east than Houston, if I'm correct. Just a little bit, right? Because I want to schedule it by time zone. And I think Kansas City is first. I think that's the truth. Yep. All right. So game 1 will be the Chicago White Sox versus Kansas City. The Royals are 2 games back. They lose tomorrow, they're out. They're trying to get second place. So Houston's further west, what I thought. So Chicago White Sox and Kansas City, they're out if Kansas City loses. The Royals must win to force a big game 162 to tie it up. If the White Sox win, Kansas City eliminated. Cincinnati, Houston, we will do tomorrow as well. That'll be game 2. So join us there for some exciting action on RJL 518. We'll have a short History Maker golf round. And then later, starting at 7 o'clock tomorrow, same time, I'll do another doubleheader with the White Sox and the Royals and the Reds and the Astros. Anyway, Salvador America, Brandon Baker, Sports Time Machine. Who else was here tonight? Tribe Fan, 879, Daniel Patani. Thank you all for joining me tonight for a huge doubleheader. We got another one tomorrow. 2 games that mean it all. Until then, stay safe. Stay smart, stay healthy, stay strong. Final score here from the Astrodome, 9-7 Reds over Astros. We got 2 more big games tomorrow. I'll see you then. Have a good night, everybody.